Hello again, everybody. Thomas here, and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday, March the 7th, and it is time for a new mailbag, and it is a chunky one this week. Big stack full of thick packages full of big books, and I like big books, and I cannot lie, so I don't really have much in the way of announcements other than to say thanks to everybody who participated in the first of the BookTube SFF Babbles last Thursday. That's the little project that is pertaining to the BookTube SFF Awards, allowing more and more people to contribute by making videos of their own. A whole bunch of you participated last week. I'm going to be doing my first Babbles video this coming Thursday, so watch out for that. Also, we are currently in the process of trying to plan some interviews with some authors, again, pertaining to the BookTube SFF Awards, so that's all moving forward. But I really am excited to see just how much more engagement with this year's awards people are having. So it's going to be a bigger, better year, and it's just a whole lot of fun for everyone involved, I think. So thank you all so much. I guess that's it in terms of announcements. So without further ado, let's dig into this week's mail, shall we? And why is the mail stack so big this week? Well, you may ask. It's the beginning of the month. And so that means that this is the time when most of the publishers are getting their ARCs out and their review copies out for the month ahead. So let's see what we have here. This first one is a big, thick package from Random Penguin. And this one is from Del Rey. It is the finished copy of Eagle in Exile, the sequel to Clash of Eagles by Alan Smale. And this is an alternate history trilogy in which the Roman Empire, basically, has carried on, and they have managed to make it over to the North American continent in the early 12th century, or 13th century, actually. And so this one comes out the 22nd of March, and it follows Gaius Marcellinus deeper into the culture of an extraordinary people whose humanity, bravery, love, and ingenuity forever change his life and destiny. It's the last of the Mohicans meets HBO's Rome in this inventive follow-up novel from Alan Smale. I wonder if that means it's just going to have just a whole lot of sex and drinking. Eagle in Exile is a dramatic portrayal of a thriving Roman civilization in the 12th century. Smale's knowledge of warfare and history is sure to thrill fans of military and historical fiction. So yeah, I really want to read these. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, but Eagle in Exile comes out from Del Rey on March 22nd. And more Random Penguin. I'm starting to think, Random Penguin, I mean, this could pretty much refer to anybody, right? Because they own everything almost now. So it could be Del Rey, Ace, Rock, Daw, Bantam, could be anything. And this is the hardcover of Fire Touched. This is the new Mercy Thompson novel by Patricia Briggs. Guessing it comes out this month. There's not actually a sell sheet in this, which is unusual for Ace. Gonna be honest, not the biggest fan of Patty Briggs generally, or of this series in particular. I find that this, when I last left it, at least, I think I read this through book 4, and the sexual politics of this series were really just toxic, is a good way to put it. But it has a lot of fans. Not surprising, I suppose. So anyway, Fire Touched is here, and if you're a fan, you'll be happy to know that. So coming out from Ace, I assume in March. This one says it is from Macmillan Holdings. All right, well, this is going to make quite a few people happy. This is the arc for Fall of Light by Steven Erikson. This is the second book in his Carcanus trilogy, which is like a prequel trilogy to the Malazan Book of the Fallen. As if that series did not have enough of its lore out there in the open. We get even more of it now. Fall of Light comes out on April 19th. Return to the world of the New York Times bestselling Malazan Book of the Fallen. And that's really all they give you here. Steven Erikson returns, let's see, a conflicted time in Karald Gulain, the realm of darkness where Mother Dark reigns. So it's kind of dark. The ancient land was once home to many a power, where even death is not quite eternal. The commoner's great hero, Vatha Urusander, is being urged by his followers to take Mother Dark's hand in marriage. But her consort, Lord Draconis, stands in the way. All right then, so this is 837 massive pages of Steven Erikson, Fall of Light, and it comes out on April the 19th. Okay, this looks like it's going to be a package from Saga Press. It is a package from Saga, and it's 2 books. The first is Mothership in mass market paperback. Now, you might remember sometime, maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, I got a book called A Stranger Thing from the same authors, Martin Light and Isla Neal, which is the second book in this trilogy. And it appears to be a space opera trilogy about motherhood. Being a like everything is like Mothership. You have, see this like ray gun that looks like a baby bottle. And then Stranger Thing has a UFO on the cover, looks like a pacifier, so that's cute. It says, if Elvinara could do it over again, she probably would not have enrolled at the Hanover School for Expecting Teen Mothers for her junior year of high school. Orbiting Earth in a decommissioned space cruiser loses some of its charm when there's a baby practicing karate on your bladder. Then again, she probably wouldn't have gotten involved with sweet but dumb Cole Archer in the first place, since he's the moron who got her pregnant and then bolted. The only thing that could possibly make Elvie's year any worse would be if, say, the ship were attacked by ray gun-toting commandos and the school's faculty turned out to be totally evil. Oh, and if Cole Archer were one of the commandos. Yeah, that'd be worse. Okay, so as you see, quite a lot of tongue very firmly in cheek. It says, Juno meets aliens, sort of. That's a Publisher's Weekly quote on the back. All right. Well, certainly different, I'll give it that. But Mothership, now available from Saga. Also, here's an arc for a very spooky looking little book called A Green and Ancient Light. The author is Frederick S. Durbin. And it says, as planes darken the sky and cities burn in the ravages of war, a boy is sent away to the safety of an idyllic fishing village far from the front to stay with a grandmother he does not know. But their tranquility is shattered by the crash of a bullet-riddled enemy plane that brings the war and someone else to their doorstep. Grandmother's mysterious friend, Mr. Girandol, who is far more than he seems, has appeared out of the night to ask grandmother for help in doing the unthinkable. In the forest near grandmother's cottage lies a long-abandoned garden of fantastic statues, a grove of monsters where sunlight sets the leaves aglow, and the movement at the corner of the eye might just be fairy magic. Hidden within is a riddle that has lain unsolved for centuries, a riddle that contains the only solution to their impossible problem. To solve it will require courage, sacrifice, and friendship with the most unlikely allies. It says, in the spirit of Peter S. Beagle and Patricia McKillop comes a gorgeous bittersweet fantasy that is both achingly familiar and wondrously strange. Foray into the enchanted realm of the remembered past. When dreams were as red, it's against a dark background, kind of hard to read. When dreams were as real as a carved stone, a day might last forever and summer could shape a life. Okay, is there a date on this? Because I'm looking, again, there's no, there's something here in front. It says June the 7th for A Green and Ancient Light by Frederick S. Durbin. Sounds intriguing, let me know in the comments. Alrighty, moving on. Something else from Macmillan, so maybe another Tor arc? Who could say? Let's see. Okay, no, this is a book called Bigfoot Loose and Fin Fancy Free, which is the sequel to Randy Henderson's Fin Fancy Necromancy, which came out last year. It says, are you from the magical world and seeking love? Whether you're a human arcana gifted with magic or a fae-blood being such as a werewolf, leprechaun, or gnome, love can be hard to find. Look no further than Fin Fancy's dating service, matchmaking for magicals. Randy Henderson returns to the quirky world of Port Townsend, Washington in this book. Finn is settling back into the world after his exile and decides to start a dating service for the magical beings hidden among the mundane townies of his charming hometown. Lots about sex, love, romance, and how it, I guess, can go wrong this week, isn't there? This is already out from Tor. February 16th is when it came out in hardcover. I got Fin Fancy Necromancy, of course, back when it came out originally. So if you'd like for me to dig into these, let me know in the comments. Looks like some tongue-in-cheek UF from Randy Henderson and Tor Books. Moving right along. Oh, big package from Orbit. This could be interesting. Oh my, you're a big one, aren't you? I've been looking forward to this, and I'm really sorry that I haven't started this series yet, but this is The Mortal Tally by Sam Sykes. Finally out from Tor. This is the sequel to The City Stained Red, this being the second book in the Bring Down Heaven trilogy. Sam Sykes, the glory of the civilized world, Sieur Dejal, has gone from a city to a battlefield. Armies clash in streets littered with the bodies of the innocent. Cultists and thieves wage terror in the shadows. Tribal armies foment war outside its walls, and its rulers watch it burn from on high. So, you know, very cheery. As his companions struggle to keep the city from collapsing, Lank travels to the Forbidden East to stop the demon who started it all. So yeah, you know, it's that kind of blood and thunder, massive epic fantasy. This is about 650 huge pages, much bigger than the first book. So yeah, if you like this sort of thing, let me know in the comments. But Sam Sykes, The Mortal Tally, I guess coming out, if it's not already out very soonish from Orbit Books. All right, last but by no means least, and I can tell by the way this thing is flopping around in my hands, multiple titles in this big envelope from Random Penguin. It's Christmas in March, I like it. Okay, I'm going to start. This is a huge stack of mass markets from Ace Rock and DAW, so I'm just going to go through them one by one. First of these is Alliance, the sequel to Linesman by S.K. Dunstall, which is a pseudonym for a couple of women. Linesman came out last summer. I remember getting the ARC for it when I was up at Nebula Weekend. And so here's the second one. This is a space opera about which I am a little hazy on the details. Like I said, I didn't read Linesman right away. But Alliance is here. So if you'd like for me to figure out what all of this is about, let me know in the comments. Also, the mass market edition of Magic Shifts by Ilona Andrews, latest Kate Daniels UF adventure, now in mass market paperback. It's already been out in hardcover. The Crow of Connemara by Stephen Lee. Set in Ireland and Chicago, The Crow of Connemara is the spellbinding tale of Colin Doyle, a young Irish-American musician who is drawn to the homeland from which his grandfather emigrated long ago. Entranced by the music and legends of the old country, gifted by his aunt with his grandfather's journal and a mysterious jewel, bespelled by dreamlike images of a woman calling to him, and haunted by eerie encounters with a crow that seems like some harbinger of doom, Colin feels his inescapable destiny lies across the waters. On the west coast of Ireland, in the Connemara region, the music is everything he'd hoped it would be, and legends seem to come to life before his eyes. In the small town of Ballamore, Colin first encounters the woman of his dreams, Maeve Gallagher. The raven-haired beauty with eyes of gem green is the leader of a small group that has taken over the island of Inishcore, there it is, just off the coast, and is making their stand against government officials determined to evict them. But Maeve and her followers are not just rebellious squatters. Rather, they are the living embodiment of ancient ways and beliefs of a time before mortals ruled the lands, and Inishcore is their best hope for survival, their portal to the one place where they and their kind are meant to be. So, The Crow of Connemara by Stephen Lee. Also, Sword of the North by Luke Skull. This is the sequel to The Grimm Company, and it is finally in mass market paperback. I got it in hardcover already. The Grimm Company has been scattered to the winds. New trials on personal quests. So yes, lots of heavy military battle action-oriented epic fantasy. Also, Dragon Wizard by S. Andrew Swan. This is the third volume in this particular series in mass market. Frank Blackthorne thought he had finally come to terms with the magical accident that left him as the Princess of Lendoan. For the last few months, Frank has used his position to plan a lavish anniversary banquet for his spouse, the once princess, now dragon, Lucille. Sounds like they have a very complex relationship. Dignitaries from across the known world will attend to honor the Dragon Prince, of course. Things go horribly wrong. Well, it's marriage. So there's Dragon Wizard, and finally we have Shannon Maguire's Chaos Choreography. This is the newest book in her Encrypted series. Verity Price is back on the West Coast and getting back into the swing of the family business, cryptozoology. She's rescuing cryptids from bad situations, protecting them from monster hunters, and generally risking life and limb for the greater good with her ex-covenant partner slash husband Dominic by her side. Her ballroom dance career is behind her, or so she thinks. See the title. So I guess dance is going to be... So maybe she and all the cryptids will do this wonderful sort of like Beyonce routine in the forest. That would be cool. All right then, that does it for the mass markets. Now, 2 hardcovers also in that. They stuffed a ton of books in that envelope. The first of these is something called The Courier by Gerald Brandt. And again, no sell sheet, so I'm going to just have to read it all out. August 2140, Los Angeles region. Chris Ballard is a motorcycle courier, a nobody. But she's got a great ass, as you can see. Level 2 trash in a multi-level city that stretches from San Francisco to the Mexican border, a land where corporations make all the rules. A runaway since the age of 14, Chris struggles to make a life for herself, barely scraping by, working hard to survive without anyone's help. But a late-day delivery changes everything when she walks in on the murder of one of her clients. Now she's stuck with a mysterious package that everyone wants. It looks like the corporations want Chris gone and are willing to go to almost any length to make it happen. Hunted, scared, and alone, she retreats to the only place she knows she can hide, the Level 1 streets. Fleeing from people who seem to know her every move, Chris is almost out of options when she's rescued by Miller, a member of an underground resistance group, only to be pulled deeper into a world she does not understand. Okay, so we have The Courier coming from Doll Books. And last but not least, we have Quantum Night, a new SF novel by Robert J. Sawyer. And this one kind of goes like this. Experimental psychologist Jim Marchuk has developed a flawless technique for identifying the previously undetected psychopaths lurking everywhere in society. Well, that's helpful. But while being cross-examined in court about his breakthrough, Jim is shocked to discover that he has lost his memories of 6 months of his life almost 20 years ago, a dark time during which he himself committed heinous acts. Jim is reunited with Kayla Huron, his forgotten girlfriend from his lost period, and now a quantum physicist who has made a stunning discovery about the nature of human consciousness. As a rising tide of violence and hate sweeps across the globe, the psychologist and the physicist combine forces in a race against time to see if they can do the impossible, change human nature before the entire world descends into darkness. Okay. Right, well, we hope these people are on the job if Donald Trump gets in, don't we? But anyway, Quantum Night is the new SF novel by Robert J. Sawyer from Ace Books. Holy mackerel, what a week, you guys. A big one. I think that was 10 titles. Maybe a little bit more. You know, I lose count. Maybe 10 or 11, maybe even 12. I'll figure it out when I edit this thing. All right, well, thank you very much for joining me. As always, looks like a pretty exciting batch. You know the drill. Hit those comments, light them up. Tell me which of these looks most interesting, exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize in the review queue. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, please like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so, because that is how SFF180 grows as a channel, and we are getting close to that 2,000 threshold, all right? So, thanks again, and until I see you guys next time, happy reading.